Pocket Lint mobile videos are sponsored by our good friends at Three. Now, we're in an interesting time right now. We've just had Vodafone and O2 launch their own 4G products, joining EE with theirs. And Three obviously is launching later this year. So we've come out with 3 identical phones. They're Samsung Galaxy S4s on each of the 3 4G enabled networks, and we're going to go across London and test out what the signal is like and what sort of speeds we can get. And we thought, what better place to start than an icon of telecommunications but the BT Tower.
Okay, so I'll just explain a little bit about how we did this testing and why. Now obviously it's not scientific, we've just gone to some relatively different places. They're not massive distances away from each other, which is really interesting. And in this first test, you'll see that EE uploads very quickly, 31 megabits per second, whereas Vodafone downloads very quickly at 28 megabits per second. That's really good. The quickest speed we've seen so far on EE has been about 60 megabits per second down. That's actually incredibly fast. And EE, routinely in our tests, we managed to get it to go at 30, 40 megabits per second up. That's incredible speeds. That's faster than almost any home broadband. Now, overall, we'd say that if you want a real speed hit, EE is the place to go. O2 and Vodafone, we found, and you'll see this in a minute in the test in Surbiton, were very much better outside of the city. Now, we don't know why that is. It could be that they focused very much on getting broad networks, or that the usage in the city is much higher already, and that's why it's a bit slower. Whereas out in the sticks here in Surrey, you'll see things are better. But here it almost completely reverses. EE is much slower, whereas Vodafone and O2 both produce much better results. And here, the upload for EE is pretty bad. And as a point of reference, 3 HSPA around here is very quick. So it's interesting to see how things have progressed so far.
So not much of a surprise then that EE, which is the network that's had a 4G network for the longest, is still pretty much the quickest. Now, of course, next year, Three will have had a launch, and O2 and Vodafone will both have been up and running for a year. So it will be interesting to see how things have developed by then.